What's good, everyone? Oscar here with a live stream Golden Truth episode 30. We are so excited. The NFL is finally back. Thank God. We are excited to uh, produce new features for this channel and for Jason's channel, who is here with us, by the way. Um, without further ado, let's introduce regular co-host of the Golden Truth, Aaron Faxon, and we got Jason, who we will be bringing on uh, as consistent as we can make the Golden Truth. Again, we'll see if we can do this weekly. It's just a lot of scheduling with all of our work and all that
Hurricane
other stuff.
Adalia screwed, yo.
We'll keep it. We'll always keep you all in contact. Just make sure that you guys keep true to this channel to find out the latest. But this is the rundown for this show. Obviously, we're gonna do game predictions, but that's always towards the end. We like to end with that. But some breaking news that happened throughout this week. Joe Burrow getting paid. Now he is now the highest paid quarterback in NFL history. Nick Bosa got paid, and now he is the highest paid defensive end in NFL history. We'll talk about what that means for Micah Parsons in the future and other guys and Chris Jones, who is also still holding out, and we'll be discussing what that means for the Kansas City Chiefs when they lost yesterday as well. So that's what's coming up. Make sure you guys settle in, and we're also going to have some fun because obviously Aaron, Jason, and I like to have fun on this channel. So let's get started. But first and foremost, guys, how y'all doing? How was your week?
Good. I'm surprised Aaron didn't make a fart noise. I am.
Whipped my ass.
I am just happy to talk about something else other than work because it's been frustrating me.
Dude, me too.
So.
Me too.
Oh, whoa.
No, I'm sorry. It was in the chamber. I tried to let it go, but it didn't.
Yeah, mine's still in the chamber.
Oh, there it is. Honestly, so you combine everything that's happened with work, also with preparing for Hurricane Adalia, and
oh yeah, how's that going?
Oh yeah, how's that going, Aaron?
There's a branch in our roof. We without power for about well, I mean, it's been on and off for about 4 days, but the longest stretch was about 13 hours.
So I have a question. The hurricane or the tropical storm that happened throughout last week, that all just went through. Most of it got hit by Tampa Bay, right?
Because technically it was Perry, but we caught the arm of it.
Oh, okay.
So wait, hold on. Did the alligators put out the power or the storm?
The storm, for sure.
Okay.
In fact, because of the Gulf of Mexico, there was so much warm water, and there was nothing to stop it.
So okay, wait. So is your house your house didn't get flooded, obviously, right?
Oh no, we're not flooded or anything, but we had some power lines that went down. We had some trees that fell down. But Perry got hit the worst. They're still recovering. A lot of people never got home.
Oh man,
a lot of people got displaced. A lot of people. My brother-in-law, his uncle, ironically, his name is Ted, and he didn't make it back to his house.
So where did he go? Is he?
He's good now, but I mean, he was in a position where I think he had to be in a shelter for a few days or something. I can't remember what they did, but
so do you guys have food and water on reserves at your house?
Yeah. We were good. We actually stayed over with my brother-in-law's parents, so that we could ride it out.
Well, our thoughts go to everyone in Florida who has to do this every freaking year. Every year. We have a PayPal on the J Sports channel, so if anyone wants to continue donating, thank you very much for those who have. I haven't been able to do my videos yet, but any money we get from anyone on J Sports, we will be donating to the Hurricane Idalia, and Hurricane Lee is now also happening. So,
and Louisiana, I think, is in the thick of it right now.
Yeah, they are. So, New Orleans
and you guys are close to Louisiana too, right? Or no?
No, we're close to Georgia. We're like an hour away from Georgia.
Oh, okay.
Yeehaw. Howdy. So yeah, so anyone on J Sports, if you guys donate to that PayPal, that's possibly in this description as well. We all donations are going to Hurricane Idalia, Hurricane Lee, and anywhere. We're gonna see if we can donate to a charity that's handling all of it. So we're working on that. Now, when Hurricane Aaron comes, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Oh my
Oh
god.
my goodness gracious!
Only you can say something out of line like that. Do I have to take the time out early, Jason?
No, but Aaron likes it.
I do. It's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like water off a duck's back, except for in this time I'm not a quack.
Okay.
Yeah, such a white guy thing to say. Anyway.
You would know.
Oh yes, I would. Being
But
inside you, I do.
let's do some breakdowns real quick, guys.
I
So
want to break Aaron down.
So first off,
before I forget, Jason, since the NFL season is kicking off, and I don't even
Kicking off.
I don't even dare discuss baseball right now. What's coming up on your channel? Because I
Even
know
though my
that
Dodgers
you're gonna have a busy, fun 3 months.
Yeah.
that's how you know this viewership's gonna go up.
Holy shit. The Dodgers won last night, but yeah, it's a terrible day for the Dodgers today. We're gonna talk Walker Buehler. We're gonna talk all of that. We're gonna be streaming as many Cowboys games as we can, even if Oscar can't join. We'll see if Aaron might be able to.
By the way, isn't anybody suspicious that the Lions away uniforms look just like the Cowboys uniforms, except for the different helmet?
Yes.
I can't comment on that because I can't see. So I
Yes, I was very much concerned. I thought I was like, did Jerry like surprise us?
It was like Jerry has got a secret alliance. He's got a secret alliance with the owner of the Lions.
Or maybe he is doing new uniforms. You never know with Dr. Jerry.
Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones tricked the Lions owner. I think he's another old lady.
Oh.
Now you know what it was. He was looking for the reverse Black Widow type situation.
Alexa,
Possibly.
who is the owner of the Lions? Oh, my Alexa isn't working.
The reason why I was saying that is, imagine if Jerry Jones tried to marry the owner of the Lions, and then she passes away. Now he's got a satellite franchise.
Oh my
Jesus
god!
Anyways, continue before
Aaron interrupts. Yeah,
we go off the rails. And
yeah, I want to go off your rails. Anyway, actually, I want to stay on them. So we got we're gonna be streaming the football games as much as we can. Of course, we are streaming a Monday Night Football game, right?
Yeah.
This we're streaming the Bills and the Jets. So that's gonna be happening this Monday. We are also on the channel going to be streaming hockey games. Yeehaw! Gonna be streaming not every hockey game because that's like 82 games a year. I want to stream at least 20 hockey games. We are still going to continue streaming Dodger games, even though I don't know why.
I know we don't cover college football.
Oh yeah, we're gonna stream tomorrow's, or no?
Yes, we are streaming tomorrow on both of our channels. We're streaming Colorado Buffaloes versus Nebraska. Nebraska is going to, so it's Nebraska versus Colorado. We're excited about that. And we're gonna stream as many Colorado Buffalo games as
Wait, what are we? No,
tomorrow. Oh, the Dodger game.
That's Dodger game. I was like,
right.
What are you talking about?
I would love to stream the 9 a.m. game. I would love to. We're streaming the Dodger game tomorrow night, even though I don't know why. Playoffs are coming up, so we're going to be streaming playoff games, and we're going to be doing pre-games of just all kinds of goodies, and of course hockey, and of course the Dallas Cowboys. So lots of things coming up on my channel. It's going to be a very busy 3 months, so look out.
By the way, for anybody who is a fan of college football, enjoy the Pac-12 while you got it, because there are only 2 teams now.
That's right.
After realignment. And what's interesting is they're thinking that the Mountain West is going to absorb them after this.
That's what I was hearing too. Anyway.
Yeah. Oh, and one other thing. My brother-in-law and their family being Florida State fans, I learned something very interesting about their helmets. I learned that if you have academic or on-the-field achievements, you can actually get a tomahawk put on the back of your helmet to signify your achievement, which is pretty cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Nerdy
I'm
football
like,
facts.
I
This is
don't know
y'all
what
like
that
me
has
for.
to do with anything, but okay, cool.
Look,
All right.
I'm saying y'all like me for nerdy football facts. That's one of them.
Oh,
That's
okay,
right.
cool. That's right. All right. First topic
I like you for other things.
of this episode, and Aaron, I'm gonna go to you first. Joe Burrow paid, I think it was $272 million for the next 5 years. I need to do the math real fast, but he is now paid more than Justin Herbert, more than Mahomes. What are your takeaways for Joe Burrow getting paid?
For where the Bengals are at, this was an absolutely necessary move. However, this will, and I mark my words when I say this will hurt their ability to have weapons for him. Here is the question. Can you compare Joe Burrow to somebody like an Eli Manning in his prime, where he was able to take no-name wide receivers and turn them into household names just because of how well he threw the ball?
I mean, the only person that they need to focus on paying, which is going to happen in the next two or 3 years, is Jamar Chase, and Jamar Chase is a
But they need somebody on the opposite side of him. T. Higgins is getting
I
older.
think
Yes.
they already paid T. Higgins though.
Yeah, they
Well,
paid T. Higgins, but
they paid him. But my point I'm making is he's getting older and he's not going to be as healthy as often.
he's going to be.
How old is this dude? Let me see. I don't think he's that old.
Oh, I almost dropped my mic.
For football years, he is.
How old is T. Higgins? T. Higgins is 24 years old. Oh, it's 24. What are you talking about? That's like barely prime.
As many hits as he takes, because
Well, I'll give you this. He is injury prone. I'll give you that.
But he's right that the older he gets, his body's gonna take more injury, and it's gonna like affect him because your muscles are less dense. You start losing that, and so the way I see it going is T. Higgins. You need a T. Higgins backup to be on the opposite side of what's his name, Jamar Chase. Yeah. And with Joe Burrow, who can throw the football well, your Oscar's right too. Where Aaron is right. Where how many weapons is he going to be able to have? Because now you're going to have the Dak Prescott, Jerry Jones problem, where you're paying this guy $54.5 million a year at least, and now you're going to have wide receivers that are going to say, well, Dallas pays their wide receivers, Kansas City pays their wide receivers.
Joe Burrow's not going to want to take a pay cut. Joe Burrow is not going to want to take.
He's not going to accept a pay cut, and no quarterback will. So unless you're someone that can see the point and say, okay, you know what, yes. But most quarterbacks, 97% of quarterbacks will not do that. So
anybody who watched that broadcast from the game this past Sunday, they talked about it during halftime, just how much Joe Burrow's contract extension would change the game. And mark my words, in the next month or two, you're going to see it happen.
Well, we'll get to Nick Bosa and all of them, but now what you're going to start seeing is quarterbacks who aren't worth it are going to go, "Hey, let me get paid too," and so the numbers are going to get.
Jones is a record of that. I mean,
yes,
he got paid and he didn't earn it.
Geno Smith could be the next guy trying to go for the pay for that big pay window in Seattle.
No, Geno Smith is an exception because he's already a longtime veteran and he is what he is. I think he's
better.
No, he's not. But this is the thing. I think with what's happening with Joe Burrow, and I think what's happening with Joe Burrow, he's going to think, well, because I'm willing to bet that he thinks that he is just as important to his franchise as Burrow is to his. He's not going to take the skill level into reference. And mark my words, Geno Smith is not the only one that's going to do that.
Yeah, no, exactly. He's right.
But Geno Smith,
look at Massage Boy, Deshaun Watson.
I feel like he's going to be a flash. Geno Smith is going to be a flash in the pan where if he sucks, and I actually found this out, I think earlier this week or the previous week or something. I know it was recent. Where the Seahawks, if he sucks this year, Geno Smith that is, they can release him. So
look at what
But
happened with
you're gonna have that problem where they're gonna release him. They're gonna bring in their backup quarterback, or they're gonna bring in someone else at the trade deadline or in free agency and say, and that person's gonna say, "Well, I want Joe Burrow kind of money."
Trey Lance may say that to the Cowboys.
He might, but Trey Lance, we could get
Trey
into
Lance
that.
is not going to be worth that money. I'm going to tell you that much.
He's
No,
not, but
because
he's not. But you got to figure with where Dak Prescott's at, Trey Lance is going to start looking pretty good.
Yeah, and I mean he's not going to be playing for Dallas in the next 3 years, and Dallas might even trade him over the next 2, right? Because they got him for peanuts.
Cut him, to be honest.
If people have seen, I was going to say they'll probably cut him before they'll trade him because right now where things are at and where the market's at, they're not like Dallas won't get their value out of him. They might even be thinking that like a 3rd round pick might be too much.
Yeah,
like,
but my point is
a 4th round pick was, in my opinion, okay, that was a bargain, but I think a 4th round pick was too much.
No,
I don't know that it was too much because, I mean, maybe for Dallas, just because Dallas doesn't have as much skill set, and the skill sets they do have, like the Tyron Smiths, the Tyler Smiths, the Williams, and all of them they're all injury prone every year, every season, every game. I think a 4th round pick for Trey Lance, I don't think it's a bad deal.
Well, but
we'll see because I think Dak Prescott, if he doesn't play up to what it is, I think he's also gonna end up being done with the Cowboys, and they're gonna turn it over to Trey.
There are 3 teams that I think would possibly make a play for him, and it's mainly because of where they're at in their quarterback situation. I could see Cleveland if Deshaun Watson doesn't work out trying to do it. I can see.
Boy.
Good luck.
Well, actually, no. I take that back.
Good luck, because how are they going to get rid of all that big ass contract?
4 teams. Cleveland is a long shot. Arizona could definitely do it because I already think that they're planning for life after Kyler Murray. I mean that they got Josh Dobbs. They may be starting Josh Dobbs in week 1.
They might.
They're either starting Josh Dobbs or a rando called Clayton Tune.
No, Tune's not getting it. That you're singing the wrong tune on that one.
Clayton Tuna's not going to start.
Baker, no, I don't think so. But Baker Mayfield is going to be a flop in Tampa too, and I think Tampa's going to be looking in another couple of years.
Yeah, but Trey Lance is not there. I don't know that he's been, because I've seen him throw, and he's not that great. And look, that's one mistake that the Shanahan crew and all of them have, and Kevin Pillar said, not very smart of us to go get him. I think, but on going back to that quarterback situation, there's going to be future quarterbacks. Like if they let go of Geno Smith, although Geno Smith being a Cowboy son of a bitch. Anyway, that they're going to come back and they're going to come in to Seattle and say, well, look, Joe Burrow is getting paid $50-something million a year. I want that. So, and the teams might say, well, we're not going to pay you $50-something million a year. We just got you, man. We just got you out of the box. We just got you out of the Amazon package. But what teams are doing is they're setting themselves up for a bunch of spoiled millionaires wanting even more when they barely get somewhere.
Well, I'll tell you this: the backup quarterback market is going to go up, because if the starting quarterback market is already $50 million, Geno Smith is at $30 million. That's backup at that point. That is backup quarterback money at that point.
Well, and you've got the franchise tag, which, by the way, in 2020 they had a chance to get rid of it. The NFLPA did, and they didn't. And now you're going to start to see the franchise tag get higher. The franchise tag itself might be what creates the backup quarterback market.
Possibly. Because I remember when Dalton, what's the guy?
Schultz
got it. And honestly, the franchise tag doesn't do anything.
It doesn't, but my point is that
it just wastes more money.
Yeah, well, so because this is the thing. When Kirk Cousins was in Washington, he got franchise tagged back-to-back years. Other teams would not go as high as what his franchise tag value was, which is the reason why the Vikings were able to get him for as little as they did. And by the way, speaking of that, some of the Vikings faithful are already thinking of life after Cousins too.
I would also.
To be honest, I'm surprised the Vikings did not. Well, they still can obviously, but like, and I don't. And you never finished your four teams. Minnesota could be those that are interested in a Trey Lance. Like,
Well, I've said Arizona, I've said Cleveland, I've said Tampa, and I actually think another dark horse here. I think you give them another couple of years. I think Tennessee could be in the market.
They have to see how that dude from Kentucky, Will Levis, does.
Yeah.
Before they consider that, because
well, what I'm saying is Trey Lance may be more like if he wants to be a Taysom Hill wannabe and run the Wildcat style, he might be successful in Tennessee.
But the thing is aren't they also going to be looking at how was he developed in Dallas? Because you can't be a Taysom Hill wannabe, you can't be that Wildcat if you're coming into Tennessee and you're not even well developed to even start a game.
I mean,
they might just
Tennessee
he has to start and get some playing time in Dallas for Tennessee to even see how he's developed. Right now, because he hasn't started in Dallas, the only thing they have to go off of is film of him in San Francisco.
Well, and he won't be starting because if Dak Prescott, God forbid, knock on wood, goes down again, don't worry, he'll still get his interceptions up.
Yeah, well, at that point, you've got Cooper Rush.
Yeah, we got Cooper Rush. So, and he's okay to me, but the fact that he played those 5 games and he went 4-1 or 5, whatever it was. Look, I don't see Trey Lance starting at all.
No, I don't either. And my point being, you're saying that there's no way for Tennessee to get any sort of indicator on how Dallas developed him unless he played in a Dallas uniform. That man has not played in a Dallas uniform. The only thing
he's barely played in a uniform at all.
I mean, he's played more with San Francisco than he's played anywhere.
He has.
And that's all that Tennessee's going to have to go off of. Or that's all any team's going to have to go off of.
Well, that's going to be a gamble.
And
but
Arizona's the perfect team to take that gamble.
But Dallas cannot ask for a lot from any of those teams, either be it Arizona, be it Tampa, be it Cleveland, be it Minnesota, be it whoever else you said. They're not going to be giving up much because Dallas can't ask them, I want your second and first round draft picks. Sorry, Jerry. He hasn't played in a uniform. He hasn't played in Dallas. He barely played for San Francisco. We don't even know how he plays. There's no tape of him. We can't take your notes seriously because you could doctor them because you think you're.
Well, and this goes back to what Oscar said.
You're Dr. Jerry, so he's not going to give. Jerry Jones is not going to be giving up a lot of prospects.
Well, and this goes back to what Oscar said before in the likelihood that he would be cut instead of traded. And that's what I think. I think if he's cut, I think the one team that could make a play for him, and I would think this above anybody else, these two teams above anybody else, Arizona or Cleveland.
Cleveland, I don't think so. No. Arizona, they may have a chance because they're already thinking. I think that Kyle Murray's done. I don't think he's going to play with the Cardinals ever again.
Well, and he got paid too. He got paid too.
Yeah, but the thing is that they're tanking. Like they've done everything in their power this year.
Ever since they lost J.J. Watt, their defense.
They retired. J.J. Watt retired. A.J. Green retired. They cut DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes, I saw that.
With all that money on the table, which was stupid.
Right? What a terrible deal. They have a terrible management in Arizona.
All that money on the table. All that money on the table, and you get D-Hop doesn't even play for Arizona, and he's already got guaranteed money that's still supposed to come to him.
And they're going to have to eat most of it.
Exactly. It's kind of like
dumbass idea.
It's kind of like when Cleveland at one point it's kind of like the year that Deshaun Watson sat on the bench for Houston.
Oh, yes.
And
got all that money.
But this is the point I'm saying. I almost feel like Cleveland, because Deshaun Watson just isn't cutting it, they're going to be in a similar situation where they're going to have to sit Deshaun Watson because he just isn't cutting it. And he's got money coming from Cleveland too. And Trey Lance could be the perfect gamble for them to take to say, let's light a fire under Deshaun Watson's ass if we can get him to play well.
We'll see. There's some time.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see in a year's time.
But back to the original point of Joe Burrow getting paid for the place where Cincinnati is at, as far as winning right now. Yes, that's the right move.
Yeah.
Is it the right move for the future? Absolutely not.
No.
Well, only time will tell, because I'm sorry, but I would rather go in and maybe it's, the Rams are basically the example that they went all in for a Super Bowl and now they're broken. They are basically under the salary cap and now they're shut. But I feel like if you're the Bengals organization who has been abysmal for like 50 years,
mm-hmm.
and then it takes one quarterback to make you relevant, where you go to back-to-back AFC championships and been to a Super Bowl
and
within those 2 years. And if he can do that again and go to a Super Bowl and win it, I'm sorry, but like that's worth it, because I think like Cincinnati fans will be fine with that, to be honest, because they haven't, experienced the winning culture for like.
They're fine with it. Yeah, sorry about that. Well, sorry about I didn't mean to interrupt, but they're fine with it, yeah, because they're finally winning. But he lost them a Super Bowl, and that's the thing. If he wins them a Super Bowl, that AFC is looking a little different this year, and I do not think that Joe Burrow will win a Super Bowl this coming year.
I don't either, but I will tell you this though.
So then it's not worth it.
I made the point where I said Eli Manning was able to turn no-name people into stars in the NFL. Look at Will Tye. Look at Sterling Shepard. Look at Victor Cruz.
True.
I'm using this to make a point of transference. Do you think Joe Burrow is the guy who can do the exact same thing? Can he take some no-name run-of-the-mill wide receivers? Can you put them in Cincinnati uniforms, and can Joe Burrow throw them into stardom? If he can, yes, it was worth it.
Well, exactly. It's that Tom Brady, Eli Manning effect. Because remember, now the reason why Tom Brady didn't get injured or touched most of the time was because of his wide receivers and his tight ends and his offensive line protecting him. That's why. But the way he threw the ball, he made no names into household names, right? Into big names. So
but,
you're right.
And Peyton did it too. Peyton did it too. Reggie Wayne is a good example.
Peyton did it too. Peyton Manning and Eli Manning, both of them did. I think Eli did a better job, honestly. But can we have the Peyton, Eli, or the Brady Manning effect with Joe Burrow? That's going to be a test. I think he's done okay at it. I mean, they've been to back-to-back AFC championships and got their asses kicked. But hey,
here's the deal of it. Let's say this. If we were able to observe a wide receiver that gets drafted by Cincinnati, plays for them, and then after his rookie contract gets signed to a big contract and everybody knows his name, Burrow threw him into stardom.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I will say about Burrow getting paid though is he's only been with Cincinnati for what, 3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
I think that's too little of time. I think he needs to win ace, because what did they do with Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City? Win us a Super Bowl, and then we'll pay you $50 million a year. And he did, and then they paid him. I think he needed to win.
And again, what did Jalen Hurts got paid, and he took it to a Super Bowl and lost, but they still paid him.
But
Justin Herbert got paid, and that's a dude that I really honestly does not deserve to get paid.
No, he doesn't, because again, he what did he do against the Raiders? What did he do against the Raiders in 2021? He lost in that game in overtime. What did he do last year in the AFC West Championship? Wild card. What did he do in that wild card game? He lost.
He gave up a 31-point lead.
That's right. He gave up that 31-point, and in the overtime one in 2021, they got that touch. He gave up that touchdown. So 2 times. 2 wild card rounds, he's lost it. And I think that they should have waited for Joe Burrow to win them a Super Bowl because now you've opened the door, you've opened Pandora's box to say, I don't have to win you a Super Bowl. Yes, you do. Well, Burrow didn't do it.
Well,
Herbert didn't do it.
These
Kyler
times,
Murray didn't do it.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I apologize.
Josh Allen hasn't done jack.
Josh Allen hasn't done jack shit at the Bills.
Well, and
Bills, right?
it's more like
Yeah.
there's more of a desperation by so many teams now because, and I've made this point before, and I'm going to make it again, and I'm going to keep saying it until I'm blue in the face.
You are blue.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like a Smurf.
Yeah, pretty much. This whole point is talking about the change in styles of quarterbacks that you see these days. Now, a lot more of them are versatile runners as well, which means they're also taking hits and they're also not lasting as long. So Joe Burrow only being in there for 3 years. Yes, Cincinnati, you may have gotten rid of the losing culture, but by this decision, you have almost certainly not gotten rid of the culture of desperation.
Oh, I do have a good question for both of you. How long until Tua gets paid?
He's gonna be like Tebow in 3 years.
Yeah, he's gonna be 3 years later. Some guy named like, I don't know. I'll just say it. Kirk Cousins will get paid more before Tua gets paid. I'm sorry, but like Tua. Good question.
And by the way,
here's the thing. Watch the Dolphins pay him. Just watch.
If they do, it's a dumb decision because then at that point, it's like we want to show you that we have this.
Like at least with Tua, what they did with Tua, which was actually pretty smart, was that they gave him the fifth year option. So the Dolphins have a little bit more time
before they have to pay.
To do the extension. So
one, he's getting older, so even before they do the extension, is he going to last, or is he going to be injury prone? Is he going to sit out, or is he going to be in there?
So they got this. He got this year and next year to prove.
And the Dolphins have another problem too, and that is it's rumored that this might be Tyreek Hill's last year.
Oh yeah, that he might be retiring.
Exactly.
So and he's a good weapon. So
exactly. So they may be trying to shore up that wide receiver room before they even shore up the quarterback room.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and again, you have the problem of, okay, well, they usually build around the quarterback, but now they're probably going to say, look, we're just going to have to get wide receivers in Tua. You're going to have to work with these wide receivers instead.
If Tua doesn't show up within the next 2 years, the Dolphins are going to have to slink back into rebuilding, especially if Tyreek Hill goes. Because
if Tyreek Hill goes, that's it. Because if they don't have enough people on the practice squad or in backups,
all you've got is Jalen Waddle and Mike Gesicki, and even then, Mike Gesicki is injured.
Mike Gesicki left, dude. Mike Gesicki went to the Patriots.
Yes, he did.
Intriguing. By the way, did anybody see the Instagram photo of Ezekiel Elliott on the
yes?
Patriots? Do you think he's actually that big, or do you think it was just a really bad angle?
I think it's a bad angle. He's not that.
I was gonna say, man, because like I saw the picture.
As a Dallas fan for like the last 5 years, that man is not that big.
I was gonna say, I saw the picture, and it looked like he looked like himself and BJ Raji had a baby.
And then he came out that big.
All right.
Exactly.
All right. So keeping on to the contract talks, let's talk a little bit more about the defensive side now.
Nick Bosa.
All right. So Nick
side
Bosa
nine
got
doesn't
paid.
use for his balls. Oh.
Nick Bosa got paid.
Finally.
And Chris Jones hasn't. So what ripple effects will this take?
Chris Jones, I've got my own opinions about, but I want to wait and save that until
the Chiefs.
we talk about the game.
All right.
Nick Bosa, again, same situation. Because of how important he is to that team, as it stands right now for them, that is the right decision. Time will tell if it stays the right decision.
It's absolutely I mean, I don't love the San Francisco 49ers, but I will root for them. I mean, I do root for them just because. Now, not my favorite team, but look, Nick Bosa, how many sacks does he get? How many TFLs does he get? How many How many times does he get to the quarterback? How many times does he evade capture? Right, like he can read plays. He can read the drives. He's a drive ender.
Is he the captain of the defense?
Yes, I do think so. I do, and of course they now have Christian McCaffrey too, CMC. I think Nick Bosa is what Tyler's favorite. Who's Tyler's favorite? The guy that he always wants to get paid. What's his name?
Mac Crosby.
Max Crosby. He's everything that that Max Crosby wishes he could be, and that Tyler wishes Max Crosby could be.
I really do hope CMC.
Nick Bosa. This is a good idea. It's a good idea because I'm sorry, Aaron, but
you okay, brother?
No, it's okay. Oh, thank you, sister. It's it's a good idea because you got the guy who can get you sacks. He can end your drives. He's good on the back end. He's a menace. He's a beast, and he complements Samuels very well because Samuels, he's able to avoid the rotations. He's able to go one way, out the other, confuse the defense. Nick Bosa doesn't get confused very easily. He's able to get to the quarterback. He's able to get to that offensive line. I think this is a good idea, and I do think that we should be paying running backs. We should be paying defensive ends a lot more than we are. We are so concentrated on the quarterbacks when what we don't realize is who helps the quarterback most of the time? The defense.
Well,
a lot of times the defense carries the water for the teams.
Well, running backs are being like there's a high turnover rate these days for running backs. I mean, a lot of them are getting injured way too soon because they're
I feel like running backs, they could only last up until they're 25, 26.
Well, and I mean,
well, look at the position. I mean, look what they're doing.
I can agree with you as far as Nick Bosa is concerned. This is my worry with so many people getting paid. If I start to see a dip in productivity because that person got paid,
yes,
it's going to irritate me because at that point, that money went absolutely to waste. And that's why I said, that's why I will make the point 9 times out of 10, time will tell if it's a good idea.
Well, that's my problem in general with athletes is we're paying them hundreds of millions of dollars, and we haven't even seen so much value. Now, with Nick Bosa, we have, but does Nick Bosa have a Super Bowl ring? No.
Look at Khalil Mack.
Oh, yeah.
He got paid, and he was one of the rare folks that got new contracts, but he actually kept the productivity after getting paid.
That's right, but he's one of the rare occasions. Now, Patrick Mahomes has kept the now this is a different position, obviously, but Patrick Mahomes has kept the productivity.
Well, and it goes to the point where
Travis Kelce, when he got paid, has kept the productivity up.
I mean, stick with the defensive side. I mean, Aaron Donald, he's older, but like he was able to keep up.
TJ Watt,
productivity.
TJ Watt, especially.
TJ Watt.
JJ, yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, and by the way, JJ Watt, shout out to him.
Oh,
not only was he good on the defensive side, but he also, as when he was playing in Houston, took a couple snaps on the offensive side. And
yes, he did.
He played as a converted tight end.
Yeah.
Well, and he was just a very good multi-positional player.
You got to give people chances to do these things.
Dude.
I mean, to quote your team there, Oscar, you guys had a great quarterback back in the 50s named Sammy Boa, who was a quarterback, a linebacker, a kicker, and a punter.
They just had all 4 positions covered.
He was the only person in the history of Washington to lead the league in pick sixes and touchdown passes in the same year.
That's right. Crazy numbers too. And again, the NFL was quite different. But imagine. So we need a kicker.
I want to go back to those days of black and white. I feel like
right.
Yes, or
like games in black and white.
Or when the game sounded. Oh
no, they fumbled again.
Our Naeem fumbled his nuts once again.
But all right.
So Naeem's mom and sisters have done a forced fumble.
This is what we can do.
No.
This is what we can do. We can lead into the Chris Jones talk with the Chiefs discussion. Chiefs obviously lost 21-20. Here's my takeaway, and I'll go first, and then you guys can take it away after. And I told this to Jason. I'm like, dude, the Chiefs are definitely going to miss Travis Kelce, and they're going to miss Chris Jones for the simple fact of the Lions they weren't going to be able to generate pass rush, and then the wide receiving core, because Juju Smith-Schuster isn't there anymore. Everyone else is a project, and I was proven right yesterday. I was like, drop passes everywhere, and dude, you heard those boos when who was it? Kadarius Toney, like
dropped like 4 or 5
first and center. And here's the thing: the Lions turned it over on downs near midfield.
Oh my gosh!
And he dropped the pass that could have gotten them into field goal range.
What was that, 3rd and 2? And he dropped that pass or something like that.
I just have one question for Chris Jones. How much more blood you want?
Well, I think going on that.
I think his point was made because the defense struggled first off. Secondly, Nick Bosa got paid, so he's like, all right. So it's
that's exactly where I was going.
You guys got paid.
And not only that, but Josh Jacobs got paid. But I know now that's a different position because Chris Jones is a.
My point being is that. So first off, let me just tell you, with Chris Jones, that front four is a lot more stout. They can stop the running game a lot more.
Yes, because they couldn't. The Chiefs couldn't do it last night.
No, and that's what I'm saying.
They let David Montgomery run all over those motherfuckers. I was like, the fuck?
It was made extremely obvious right from the off. But my point being is this. The season's already started. You know contract negotiations aren't going to go on mid-season. Why? Chris Jones, how much more blood do you want?
I think he wants all of it because you saw how bad the Chiefs did last night. The Chiefs needed Kelce and they needed Chris Jones. And the fact that Kansas City is making the dumbest decision by not paying him right now, they suffered a loss last night. Now, again,
and
they're probably
thinking 0-2.
Well, Detroit survived.
Yeah.
Detroit survived. That's all I'm going to say.
Detroit survived because the Chiefs couldn't stop them because they couldn't avoid mistakes. And the Lions, they made so many turnovers. They made so many drop pass mistakes. But you can't pass rush. You can't pass rush. You can't stop their running game. You can't stop their run game because most of your guys aren't being paid or whatever. So Kansas City just needs to pay Chris Jones what he needs. Get him back on the field, get Kelce back on the field, and you'll see the old Chiefs again. Because Justin Ross and all these new guys, they're not doing it for Kadarius Toney, and then who's the other guy?
Sky Moore.
Moore, yep. Starting Moore.
And then Anzoni, who was the backup for Kelce, didn't do bad at all.
He did okay. He did okay. He did okay. But you don't have Pacheco. You don't have Tyreek Hill. You don't have Juju Smith-Schuster anymore. I don't know why you would be playing these dumbass decisions to not pay Chris Jones. I just don't understand why one of the best management.
Maybe they're worried about losing cap for their other players.
Yeah,
dude,
but what
players? It's a young Chiefs team. They're all on rookie contracts.
So what are they afraid to lose? More games?
No, probably
just
wide receivers.
Put them in there.
Probably wide receivers.
No.
Maybe they feel like Kadarius Toney would walk. Maybe they feel like
Kadarius Toney, who wasn't he with the Giants?
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he's gonna walk from a Super Bowl winning team, a 2-time Super Bowl appearance team.
I mean,
there's no way in hell.
Juju did.
Mm-hmm.
Juju did.
Yeah. But that's after he got his ring.
Again, Kadarius Toney got his ring.
Yeah, to be fair, Kadarius Toney didn't get his ring also.
That is true. That is true. So he does have a ring. But maybe again, like somebody
get a ring and then test the free agent market the year after.
Well, yeah, but what if he wants another ring? What if he's like, hey, this is one of my only chances of getting a ring? Because look, the Chiefs, say what you will, they're a hot team. Now, right, they didn't look like it last night, but maybe Kadarius Toney, I don't see why he would walk if where's he going to go? Cincinnati?
I think a lot of these wide receivers, these star players, care more about the money than they do about the ring. Patrick Mahomes, on
Possible.
the other hand, Travis Kelce, on the other hand, I think they care more about the game than they do about the ring.
Well, I don't know.
Or the money.
Well, no, but he got paid $50 million for how many years?
And
Like this is 4 years.
True,
So
but again, going back to the point I made earlier about productivity dipping off after getting paid.
and he hasn't.
Patrick Mahomes has been consistent, though. It's the talent around him that's failing him.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And the talent around him, it makes me wonder if I have to ask, and I'm looking for evidence otherwise. A lot of these players, like Pacheco, like a Kadarius Toney, do they care more about the love of the game or about the money?
Well, I guess only time will tell. We'll see.
Only time will tell, but they need to pay Chris Jones and get his ass on the field immediately because last night's performance was disastrous. And if they go 0-2, their season's not on a good start. And I mean, look at the games they're going to be playing this season. They're going to be playing Cincinnati. They're going to be playing Buffalo. They're going to be playing Rodgers
as a division winner. They'll still get in as a division winner because the rest of their division suck.
Maybe. I don't know if these guys
if they start 0-2. I'm sorry, but that's gonna smell.
Look. I'm not saying that
they might come back from it, but they're not going to come back so easily. And but if they don't pick Chris Jones, you think in the AFC Championship round, you think they're going to get there? No.
The rest of the AFC West is like the NFC South from last year, and you can't argue that because right now, Denver's got all of their hopes on Sean Payton and Russell Wilson.
Yes,
you've got.
Russell Wilson.
You've got Jimmy G, who is supposed to be the second coming in Oakland, and let's face
it, off.
That's not going to happen.
That was the funniest thing ever. He's fuck off.
Then you've got freaking Justin Herbert, who is overrated as hell.
Jimmy G and the Raiders. Son of...
Look, I'm just quoting what I've heard.
I'm gonna be physically ill, and Jason, you spoke it into existence. Jason had to say it. What? I'm prepared. We're making fun of the Raiders now, but watch them make it to the playoffs.
Oh my god!
All because Jason said so.
No. Let me tell you right now. If
that was funny.
If the Raiders make it to the playoffs, I will come up here with like pink spray paint and I will just put it all over the top of my head.
Look, the Raiders could make it to the playoffs, but how far are they going to get into the playoffs? Jimmy G is Jimmy Gag. Every time he's gotten so close, and the treasure box has been there.
But he has gotten farther. Jason, but he has gone farther than your Cowboys.
Jason.
Yes, he has. But when he
the
gets
Raiders
to
will be the first team in history. The Raiders will be the first team in history to get a first round bye and still not make the wild card.
Well, they made the wild card round in their first year in Vegas, so
Vegas odds have it as no.
Anywho,
well, yeah, when Derek Carr throws that interception and Cleveland wins it, or not Cleveland, Cincinnati wins it, yeah.
I still think that right now the AFC West is so bad that even with Kansas City being where they are, they could literally go out on the field, crap on the 50, and still win the division.
All right. So let's do
without Chris Jones. Without Chris Jones.
Let's go division by division real quick. So we're gonna do this we'll do this now. We're gonna do it obviously the start of the season, then we'll do it midway, and then we'll circle around towards the end of the year to see who was consistent and who actually got their predictions right.
All right, hold on. So I gotta pull up the schedule. Hold on.
Who wins the NFC North?
NFC North, I'm giving it to
what teams are there?
Green Bay, Detroit, Minnesota, and Chicago.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say I don't trust Kirk Cousins.
Chicago for me.
I'm gonna go Green Bay.
Chicago dark horse pick.
I'm putting my my marbles in the basket for.
You like
I like Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love.
He's in
I
love with
like
Jordan Love.
I'm so in love with him. I'm gonna blow him and say Jordan Love.
You know what?
Jordan.
I'm gonna go with Detroit.
Really? You trust Goff? Jared Goff?
Dude, that division, there's no Aaron Rodgers anymore. And Kirk Cousins can't choke some big games.
That's true.
I think Chase Claypool leads the Bears to a division title.
Dude, that quarterback in Chicago can't throw.
Over Jared Goff, absolutely. Jared Goff is about as consistent as I am a driver.
I guess. All right, NFC West.
My microphone fell.
Yeah, really.
Another strange noise on Oscar's channel.
NFC South?
NFC West.
NFC West. I'm giving it to...
who's there?
Seattle, San Francisco, Arizona, and Rams. LA Rams.
Oh, San Francisco.
CMC rocking it all the way.
Yeah, I think all three of us are in agreement.
I got Purdy there. I've got Purdy there.
CMC, please be a mentor for Brock Purdy because he needs it.
Listen, well, and look, Shanahan, he's the son of Mr. Shanahan Sr. They're the best defensive minds and geniuses in the NFL, and they've got Kevin, what's his name in management? Kevin Pillar, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Really good management. They're smart. I think they'll be the division winners in the NFC.
Oh, it won't even be close. I think they'll sweep all three division rivals.
Yep. All right, NFC South, the pitiful division.
Okay, who's there?
Dark Horse.
Tampa, Panthers, Saints,
and Falcons.
Falcons.
And that's what I'm going with. Falcons.
No.
I'm going Falcons.
No, Atlanta's not there yet. Atlanta, ever since
I think because the Saints have the defense and they do have enough playmakers and basically the Saints were a quarterback away. And Derek Carr, as much as we made fun of him on my channel and on Jason's channel, I think he is good. If he was able to elevate a poor Raiders team with a poor defense, imagine with him being able to elevate this offense.
Yeah, but he's also not very consistent with those interceptions. I mean,
thank you.
He throws a lot of big sixes.
But still, the defense is pretty good compared to what he had in Vegas.
What's the defense going to do when he throws a pick six, Oscar? What's he going to do when he throws
I'm going to go.
Are incomplete. The Saints do have a better defense than the Raiders.
I'm sorry. I'm taking Derek Carr over Baker Mayfield. Bryce Young, it's his rookie year, so I don't expect him to come out of the gates flying.
All rookies get eaten alive.
Yeah, and really, you're gonna go Desmond Ridder?
I mean, I honestly think that they're gonna be the first they're gonna be like the first 6-12 team 6-11.
What team are you going for? What team are you going for?
Atlanta.
No, I'm going for the Panthers. I'll go Panthers.
I gotta go to dark horses.
Okay. All right. NFC East.
Oh,
Philly.
Philly.
It's not even.
Washington. The problem with Washington is you guys are in a rebuild state. You guys have
all they have is Terry McLaurin at the wide receiver position. All they have is Terry McLaurin.
What are you talking about? Jahan Dotson? Hello.
Jahan Dotson, of course.
He's not developed yet.
They have Eric Bieniemy too, so I think he could make. Although apparently they're crying like little bitches. He's so mean. I'm very concerned because Ron Rivera is still there. So Cowboys, they're fucking. They're just a toxic.
I'm just gonna see how they do under Mike McCarthy as a play caller.
You stop Tony Pollard.
The Cowboys are in danger. They're going to beat the Giants. But with Mike McCarthy doing play calls, Isn't that why Green Bay got rid of him? Well, one, he couldn't get along with Rodgers, but also Dak call it him and Dak? No. I'm sorry.
No, I'm going Philly.
And then of course, who else do you have?
Giants.
Eagles.
Giants. The Giants offense is not explosive.
Giants, I feel like are fluke.
Yes.
Again,
they're a fluke,
same problem.
But their offense, their offense is not that explosive unless you can unleash Saquon Barkley. Evan Neal doesn't play very well. Danny Dimes is not Danny Dimes. You do have a dangerous giant front. That's for sure, but they're not going to get that far. So I'm going to give it to Philly.
They're not winning dog fights. They're not like every NFC East matchup is a straight up dog fight. And I don't care who you are, but one-dimensional teams like New York and like Dallas are not winning very many games.
No.
All right. AFC North: Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals. It's between the Bengals and the Ravens for me.
I do love my Ravens, but right now I think Burrow's too hot. I do give it to the Bengals.
Yeah. I give it to the Bengals.
I'm going to go with the Ravens just because Lamar is set.
Yeah, but he might have the weapons, but does he have the skill set to get through? And also, if can he stay healthy? That's the one thing that Joe Burrow does well is he does stay healthy more than 90%
same with the running back room. Same with the running backs. Same with the running backs. And and I want to tell you something right now. I want to give you guys some stats that are very staggering with Baltimore last year. When Lamar Jackson was under center, the Ravens would average 42 points a game. Without him last year, they only scored 12.
What?
Yeah,
that's the
true.
Average.
That's wild.
That's the average.
The average. I saw that stat and I'm like, that's crazy.
And think about it, like this is the problem that the Ravens are going to have once Lamar does retire, and it is going to happen. You're going to see a Ravens team that is in very many rebuild years because the Ravens catered so much to Lamar Jackson that they're going to have to gut the team from the inside out once he goes.
Well, yeah, because it's all been built around Lamar.
That's exactly the point I'm making. That is exactly what I'm making. And the thing of it is now because Lamar got paid also, it's also his time to prove himself. He needs to win, and he needs to win now. But right now, it's an unlucky time for him because the Bengals and Joe Burrow are just so hot right now that the most the Ravens can hope for every single year is a wild card spot.
Well, and like you just said, Aaron, like back when we were talking about the Burrow situation, can he, if he turns those no-name wide receivers into household names and the running backs do very well, and the defensive ends over there and the DBs over there in Cincinnati do well, the Ravens are screwed.
It says a lot about the multi-dimensionality.
Because you do have OBJ, but how much, again, how can you rely on OBJ? I don't know. He's been in all the practices, but
it also says a lot about the multidimensionality of Cincinnati, where Cincinnati had injuries last year, but they adapted and still kept winning.
Just like that.
Yeah.
And not every team can do that. But
no, it's true.
The Ravens need the Bengals to just flatline in the middle of the season.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. And I'll tell you this right now. The Browns and the Steelers are so bad to me right now. I mean, there are certain aspects of Pittsburgh.
I think the Steelers could fight for a wild card, but I don't think they're division champions.
No.
I think the rest of the AFC is too tough for them to get it.
Good point. I think they were good enough to have at least a winning record. Because if they were able to get a winning record last year,
but it's been that way every single year, where only one out of the 4 teams in the AFC North has had a below or at 500 record. The AFC North is consistently a good performing division, just like the AFC East is. And we can go into detail about that later, but I will make the point to say that Cincinnati is just too good right now. Baltimore will get a wild card spot, and it's going to come to the point where if the Ravens ever want to go to another Super Bowl, they will have to go through Cincy.
Okay. AFC West, which is Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos. Raiders.
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Chiefs. It doesn't matter.
Justin Herbert always fails.
Yeah.
We can't trust Jimmy G and the terrible Raiders. Fucking traitors. I mean traitors. God damn it. And we can't trust who else?
Russell Wilson.
We can't trust we can't trust Russell Wilson because he tries to do workouts on the plane and uses Seahawks language, even though he's not in Seahawks anymore.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Yeah.
Okay. AFC South. Pretty easy. Jaguars.
Yeah.
Facts, honestly, and I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to say the same thing about the AFC South that I said about the NFC East. Every battle is going to be a dogfight because, to me, the defenses in this division are what shine through, not the offenses. You're going to see a lot of low-scoring, close games.
Yeah. So who you picking?
Jacksonville. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, AFC East, and this one's interesting. Patriots, Bills, Jets,
and
Dolphins.
I'm going Bills. I want to say Jets, but I don't know that I can trust Rodgers like that, so I'm going Bills and Josh Allen.
Those who do not learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. Aaron Rodgers has not learned from the past and what happened to Brett Favre when he made that very same jump. Therefore, history will repeat itself. Rodgers will flop. Bills win the division.
Yep, I agree.
Okay.
I think the Bills are just a better team in general.
But again, we're going to revisit this in week 8.
Okay.
I'm going to go Dolphins because if Tua can stay healthy, and it all depends on Tua's health. Tua stays healthy, better than the Bills. That roster is better than the Bills and better than the Jets.
I think they're more shaky.
I don't see
they
the
might
Dolphins
be better, but they're more shaky.
Yeah, I don't see the Dolphins. I don't see the Dolphins turning into diamonds under pressure. I see them turning into dust.
Again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what. We'll do these predictions again in week 8. We'll see who's far off and who's close.
I'm intrigued, though. I am. I must say, a lot of these teams. Who's y'all's surprise team? Just like which team do you guys think is going to do better than we're giving on?
I'm afraid to say the Raiders.
I'm afraid too.
You said the Raiders. Okay, so we got 2 for the Raiders. I was kidding.
No, we're afraid to say the Raiders, so we don't know.
I actually think my surprise team this year. Looking at last night's game, I'm going to say my surprise team will be Detroit.
Yeah, but Detroit's very scrappy, and
they are.
They're always the same. They go 1-0, and then they lose out most of the season, and then the good teams start failing to them like a few times, and then they end up losing out anyway. They never even make the wild card.
So so the point I'm going to make is that this whole thing about my surprise team being Detroit hinges on one thing: their ability to shut the door on opponents.
Yeah.
Well, if opponents
and their defense got better. I don't know if you saw that yesterday, like 2 picks.
Yeah.
No, they did. Damn. They did. There's no doubt about that. And by the way, kudos to that rookie with his first interception in the NFL being against Mahomes.
Yeah, I actually have him as my thumbnail. Brian
That's
Branch.
Pretty freaking cool. Yeah. He's branching out to bigger and better things.
Bigger and better trees. Get it?
Yep.
Branching out to bigger and better
trees. We had to get to the root of that joke.
And then we're gonna bark out new ones. Oh. And then we're gonna land.
Okay, dads.
Well, he is a baby daddy.
But all right.
Faster.
Want
Let's
to go to the games?
Let's do game 1 week 1 predictions, Aaron.
Well, Cowboys, since I have it on. Hold on.
We have to do it in order.
Oh my God.
Panthers, Falcons.
Oh, Panthers.
Falcons.
Panthers.
Come on, you You're gonna trust Desmond Ritter.
I'm going to trust sophomore over a freshman.
Yeah,
You have
but
a point.
no. I just
You
can't.
do have a point, but again, Desmond Ritter hasn't convinced me yet.
No.
And honestly, that's why I'm saying to me, looking at that game, the one thing that I'm contingent on is can Carolina keep the running game going like they had at the end of last year? If they can, then yeah, Carolina will slaughter Atlanta. But I don't see that happening. I see it being a close game. I see it being won in the trenches, and I see
Even if it
Atlanta
is one of the, even if it is, I think Carolina will squeak it out. They'll squeak, they'll squeak by.
Squeak.
Okay.
I want to squeak you. I want to hear you squeak.
Bengals at Browns.
Oh,
Bengals.
Come on.
Slaughter alert.
That's like
Slaughter alert.
who's that? Who's the head of the?
49-0.
I'm actually gonna go 35-7 on that one.
Yeah, actually, I'd go 38-10.
Yeah, I'm gonna go same scoreline, Aaron, 38-10 in favor of the Bengals.
No, I'm telling you right now, I actually
Could be
could
a
see this
rout.
being a situation where the Bengals defense gets like 10 sacks on Watson. All right, next game. Jaguars at Colts.
Jaguars.
But I feel like because it's an AFC South team and this feeds what you've been saying about divisional opponents within the AFC South, Aaron, I feel like it's going to be scrappy. It's going to be a little
It is.
Oh, no doubt.
No doubt.
You throw the records. Yeah, you throw the records out the window in divisional games like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, because it's just you never know. Because when it's your division rival, you're gonna up your game a little bit.
You're gonna play harder.
I trust Travis Etienne with the Jaguars way more than
I'm not even saying Etienne. I actually think it's going to come down to the Jacksonville defense causing turnovers at the right time against.
And it's Anthony Richardson. It's a rookie.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. Oh, that's right. It is.
Yep.
Well, I think if the defense does what they need to, like what you said with the turnovers, yeah, I think Jaguars are going to win it.
And by the way, and I will say this: welcome to the NFL, Anthony Richardson. That's your welcome to the NFL moment of the week. Now, Buccaneers at Vikings.
Vikings.
Look, it's not a primetime game, and Kirk Cousins does okay without primetime, so I'm going to say...
Dalvin Cook's going to run all over them.
Dalvin Cook isn't there no more.
Alexander Madison's going to run all over them. And say what you will, but he's faster than he looks.
True.
Yeah.
Honestly, with the way the Vikings offensive line usually is when it's not prime time, anybody could run through those holes.
Yeah.
Titans at Saints.
Ooh.
I'm giving it to Derek Carr.
I'm going
Saints.
I'm going to go Saints.
Yeah. I trust Derek Carr more on that one. I can't believe let me just take a drink before I throw up. Hold on a second.
He's got some liquor. He's like, I have to drink that out of my mouth.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah.
Um, 49ers at Steelers.
Oh, 49ers. Come on. They might as well not even play. They should just walk on the field and then take the trophy and leave.
Yeah, no, honestly, Brock Purdy's going to throw all over the Steelers.
By the way, you got CMC, you got Bosa, you got Kittle, you got Debo Samuel. How are you gonna beat
Brandon Ayuk?
Yep. What's the other guy's? Oh my God, I forget his name.
So many
linebacker.
Bosa.
Fred Warner.
Yeah. You're not. The Steelers don't have a chance. I'm sorry.
By the way, there's something I want you to keep an eye on throughout the season if you do these prediction videos with us, Jason. Because when we did, Oscar and I did a stream predicting each and every one of these games all the way down to the playoffs and the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
and there's a lot. And I don't know if you remember what we mentioned about, but I had noticed that there was a lot of Super Bowl rematches in terms of this.
we're gonna do the Super Bowl rematch too. The Eagles and Chiefs. We're gonna stream that one.
Well, my point being was that I don't know if it was purposeful by whoever does the scheduling for the NFL.
Yeah.
They probably did.
I was intrigued by it because normally this is something that you would have seen when they had their 100th season.
Yeah, right. But
Anyway,
maybe they're just like, TV.
Now, here you go. It's an interesting one coming up. Cardinals at Commanders.
Washington.
Commanders.
Yeah. As much as I hate Washington, can't stand them.
I think Antonio Gibson's going to run all over them. I don't see Sam Howell throwing that many passes. I just see like over 200 rushing yards by Antonio Gibson.
No, I don't see him throwing all over the place either.
No. I like Washington's ground game compared to the Cardinals.
That's why I'm saying I think you're going to see much heavier rushing numbers than passing numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And Arizona's the perfect team to do that against.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can run them off the field. I mean, they're not that difficult to beat.
Again, the Cardinals are tanking.
Yeah.
Speaking of rivalry games, though, Packers at Bears.
Packers.
I'm going Packers. I see the Packers just maybe not doing what Aaron Rodgers did, but Jordan Love is not a bad backup QB now, head QB. I guess my trust is in him. I don't see the Bears doing much.
And the Packers own the Bears like in
head to head,
yeah.
Now, what I will say is this: I do see the Packers winning this game, but I don't see the Bears taking that line down. I do see them rebounding.
I think they might come back in the next game and beat them, but this weekend I see the Panthers.
I'm talking about
the Packers.
I'm talking about in the season overall because I did pick the Bears to win the North, and I do see them rebounding because I think looking at their schedule, I think it's pretty easy for them going forward. Okay, Raiders at Broncos.
Ooh.
Raiders.
Broncos country.
I don't like the Raiders. I'm gonna go Denver.
Broncos country.
I hate the Raiders. I hate the Raiders, but I gotta go with the Raiders because I just don't think Deshaun Watson's ready. I don't think
Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson, whatever. They look the same to me. I don't think Russell Wilson. I don't think Russell.
and we got canceled.
Oh boy, I'm glad to be an American. I don't think.
Yo,
Naeem, you're gonna have to substitute next week.
I don't trust Denver to beat the. I would love if they beat the Raiders, but I don't
has become too good at losing. Denver's become too good at losing.
Yeah, they're probably high from all the weed that's in Denver, but
all right.
That's what they call it, the mile high city.
Yeah, but Oscar wouldn't let us do edibles. Baby. Anyway.
Dolphins at Chargers.
Dolphins.
I'm going Chargers.
Yeah, absolutely. Dolphins. I think Tyreek Hill.
Really, you're gonna really go with Justin Herbert?
No, well, then again,
you're gonna go with
Jason wants some of that Herbert Sherbert. Jason wants some of that Herbert Sherbert.
I want some of you. Pull your pants down.
Dance around.
Dance around and press around. Stretch out those creamy hamstrings. Oh, what a gentleman. No, yeah, Tyreek Hill. I just don't trust Tua. I'm sorry, but I don't think he's proven himself.
But see, at that point, what the Dolphins should start doing is using Tyreek Hill in other aspects of the game, like handing him the ball on end arounds or letting him run returns and stuff like that. And Tyreek Hill is just that much of a game breaker that if he was doing more than just being a receiver, if he was a returner, if they put him in the backfield and used him in other places, they could have that game breaking ability and speed and explosiveness and still keep Tua healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the Dolphins need to do. That is their key to victory, honestly. Give the ball to Tyreek in other places than just throwing it to him. And same with Jalen Waddle. I'll put him in the same category.
Good thing
All right.
Tyreek Hill is mobile.
Yeah, no, it's true, and that's gonna if you can line him up in different places, that's going to keep the Chargers guessing.
Yeah. That's true. And they're not very good at reading plays.
No, they're not, and their special teams is absolutely atrocious.
Yeah, kind of like Nine with his balls. Oh,
yeah, pretty much, or the lack thereof.
Yeah. Oh,
all right. Super Bowl rematch alert.
Oh,
Eagles at Patriots.
Oh, Eagles. Mac Jones, I think he's overrated.
I think Eagles are going to play angry, and they're going to take Zeke out in week 1.
And Zeke's typically been good against the Eagles, so I'm very curious to see how Zeke does against the Eagles on another team.
Yeah, I think because the scheme is different.
Yeah.
Like the Cowboys had him running in space, and the Eagles are more like shove it down your throat kind of style.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. Rams at Seahawks.
Yeesh. The Rams are just broken. I don't even know how they're considered a team anyway. Still, because
I've never
seen in a rebuild.
Tough one. This is a tough one though.
I've never seen a team fall off more after winning the Super Bowl than the Rams did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go Seahawks as well.
I'm gonna go Seahawks. Yeah, I think Geno Smith will have his. I think they'll have the. I think Geno Smith will have. Who's the quarterback for the Rams again?
Stafford.
I think he'll have Stafford's number.
I think it's going to be 6-3 Seahawks.
I believe it.
The NFC West in those matchups have been historically low scoring.
Yes.
That's a boring football game.
No, what was boring was watching the Dolphins and Steelers from the Mud Bowl.
Oh yeah, but it was like 3-0.
3-0.
That was terrible.
Oh, and then one of the guys got injured because his chest got stepped on by cleats.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Those are sharp cleats.
Yep, but actually, that's still not nearly as bad as the hockey injury I saw. I once saw a goalie take a 91-mile-an-hour slap shot to the face.
That's right. I forgot who it was because his mask wasn't on. I think, or it had moved.
He was bleeding all over the ice.
Yeah, they had to take him off. Then they had to clean the ice. They had to take a commercial. I remember that game.
Yep. Cowboys at Giants.
No. It's also Alec Martinez from the Golden Knights took a skate to the face.
Oh yeah. Talk about being a Blade Runner.
No.
All right. Cowboys at Giants.
Cowboys. Like I said, the Giants. It's a dangerous Giant front, so you got to make sure you're.
Whichever running back gets stopped, their team loses the game.
Well, first off, Dak Prescott, when healthy, is 10-0 against the New York Giants. One. Number two, their offense is not very explosive. You have Saquon Barkley, you could release him, but usually he's very bottled up and held back by the Dallas Cowboys.
No, I agree. I mean, everything you're saying.
You can have J-Ron Purse matching up with Evan Neal and others. Danny Dimes, he's Daniel Jones for a reason. He's not Danny Dimes. And so I'm gonna just pick.
All I'm gonna say, Jason, is if the Cowboys start losing, I am not stopping the stream.
You son. Well, hey, if your channel
watch you, I'm gonna sit back and I'm gonna watch you lose I'm gonna get my bag of chips and I'm gonna be like.
Hell yeah.
I mean, the Cowboys have had a 3-year losing streak on week 1.
There is one game I forgot.
Yeah, but then how are you gonna? You can't see me lose my mind. So.
There is one game I forgot.
Yeah, but what if our channel's canceled, Oscar?
It's fine.
Well, the Cowboys do have a 3-year losing streak. They do have a 3-year losing streak in week 1, so maybe the Giants will take advantage of that.
No.
Now they do have.
Oh yeah, that's true. They played on Sunday Night Football now 4 years in a row, and every single time they played on Sunday Night Football, they've lost 3 times in a row.
Yes, they have.
Just like Washington can't win a Monday night game.
Oh
What are you talking about? They beat the undefeated Eagles last time I checked. Thank you very much.
no, that was a Tuesday game.
No, that was a Monday Night Football game.
I don't remember that being a Monday night. I remember that being a Tuesday when they moved it. Remember?
No, that was 2 years ago. This was this past year.
Oh, look at him getting all defensive. Look, Aaron. Look.
No, it's because you guys don't review your facts.
No, well, the point is,
we're getting him mad.
The point is there is an exception that proves the rule where in the past 3 years you've maybe only.
I think that this is the year because again the Giants. I feel like, dude, every Giants fan is overhyping. Oh, we got Darren Waller. Oh, we finally got wide receivers. Oh, look at our defense. I'm like,
I think they have a chance because of Darren Waller. I think the Giants. Look, the Cowboys usually own the Giants. Dak Prescott has 23 runs, 3,000. He has 23 touchdowns. He's against them. He's got 3,000 yards. He's got a 64.1 passing percentage. I'm going Cowboys, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's an upset.
Yeah, I mean, keep it on upset alert, but I am going to tell you this right now. I hope the Cowboys got a new kicker.
I don't even know who the kicker is anymore.
Aubrey. Oh my God, I forgot his name. He's okay.
Don't want to be the same guy who kicked for you guys in that divisional game against Tampa.
No, Brett Money Maher is out of the Cowboys.
He went to
you guys can finally make extra points. Then you guys can finally make extra points.
Yeah, I know. Shut up, Aaron.
Okay.
You love it.
Be pretty.
Bills at Jets.
Oh, that's the game we're streaming. I'm gonna go Bills.
Yeah, I'll go Bills too. I'm sorry, but I think history repeats itself, and Aaron Rodgers is a flop in New York.
Oh, what game did you miss, by the way? Because I know we're missing one.
It was Texans at Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens. The Texans are historically bad, and by the way, have you guys noticed this is like the third or fourth time in the past decade that the Texans and Ravens have played in Week 1?
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. But also, Texans have been bad since like 2017, and they haven't gotten better. So
they haven't been good since Deshaun Watson's first year in the league.
Which was what, 2016?
No, 2018. 2017,
2018. Tonight, yes.
Oh, that's not what this is?
No, I'm on stream, and you're interrupting the stream. She always interrupts, and she sees I'm on a meeting, and she'll just come in.
It's okay. It's all right.
Anyway,
we are laid back here.
No, I just don't appreciate that. You know what I mean?
Jason, you know that the mute command is Command D, right?
Yeah. I forgot. Well, Oscar, I'm leaning back, and if I have to stretch, that's a lot of exercise for me.
Oh my goodness! You know what? And on that note, is that it, Aaron?
That's all of them.
I don't even want to hear you being lazy because at least I did a stream and I'm recovering.
What I was saying was, look, they've always been bad. At least the Ravens added OBJ and at least added a good piece. Like
they actually did a nice job with getting wide receivers.
Yeah,
his leg is like a chicken bone.
No, but here's the thing. I feel like with that new offensive coordinator, they're gonna focus on throwing the football more.
Which will I think if they're gonna do it, they need to do something similar to what the Dolphins did after Tua's concussion, where they get the ball out quickly.
All right, we'll see. But
only because that's the way I think Lamar will stay healthy all 17 games.
Yep. But already, that was the. Oh, sorry. Did you have something else to say?
No, all I was going to say was that it's not even just Lamar that has to stay healthy; it's the running backs too, because the Ravens were down to their third string running back by the end of last year.
Oh, true. But already, all that is the Golden Truth episode.
Aaron, heart noise, Aaron.
Like we said in the beginning, we'll be doing live streams these next couple of days. We got a baseball live stream coming up tomorrow. Sunday Night Football on Sunday, and then Monday night on Monday, obviously.
No.
Anything else, Jason, that I'm forgetting?
No, I think we're good.
No
Nope.
other live streams that you want to advertise?
No, at this point that's all the live streams.
Alrighty then, guys. Then that is it for now. Have a good night, yo.
Bon voyage.